Scared? Just surprised a little. That still don't explain why you're scared. You have blue eyes, I have blue eyes. You're 5 feet 8 inches tall, I'm 5 feet 8 inches tall. You say you haven't seen Wood? No, I can't imagine where he could be. He's suspicious as a damn cow. You don't trust him one iota. It's just a human being. You're gonna break a lot of hearts.
This is a movie recap named The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. It's a biography crime drama movie from 2007. Jesse James is a legend myth. He is relentless, confident, fearless, with 2 bullet holes in his chest and without the numb on his left middle finger. Over the years, he committed multiple robberies and murders. No one from his gang is left. He only has a brother, Frank. Jesse have a wife named Z and 2 kids. He is planning one last attempt to rob a train with his new gang members, with his cousin Wood and others named Ed, Little, and Charlie, older brother of Robert. Robert Ford, also known as Bob, was 19 years old when he met Jesse. He is Jesse's fanatic and looked up to him. Even when he was a child, he collected magazines and newspapers that wrote about him, and he knows every piece of information and trifle. He wants to join his gang and be like him. He deliberately came across a Frank who was not satisfied with his presence. This last blue-cut train robbery in Missouri passed desperately, with not that much money in gold. Frank has given up and will do some normal jobs, such as selling shoes, and he left for Baltimore. Bob is overwhelmed with emotions. Just sitting with Jesse James is something more than he ever imagined. Jesse gave snakes the names of his enemies and beheaded them. He ordered to Wood and Charlie to leave town and for Bob to stay so he can help transport things as he moved to a more private place. No one could sneak up on Jesse James. He never goes anywhere without a weapon. Bob returned home where the others are. It appears that Little worked behind Jesse's back. Also, it would be better if Jesse doesn't find out. They threatened and made fun of Bob. After that, Wood goes home to visit his father with Little. He mentioned to his friend to stay away from this woman, as he is his father's wife. But Little must land his hands on every woman he sees. This was no exception. In the meantime, Jesse James visits a member of his gang, Ed. He revealed himself about the gossip that they are planning to capture Jesse for the prize reward that comes out, but pretends to be just stories or rumors. Jesse invited him for a ride, which did not end best in his favor. Both Ed and Little talked about Jim Cummins plotting against Jesse, who is Ford's cousin. After that, Jesse visits Little the same way as Ed, but he did not kill him. They went to find Jim, but he wasn't home, so Jesse tortured the little boy for a while to tell the truth, even though he didn't know where he was. Right then, an emotional performance was presented by Jesse for the first time in the movie. Wood comes back after a long way. He is chasing Little, who runs away after Wood shoots at him, and you can see in his eyes that he is ready to do it again. They were missing like crazy. From a short range, Charlie jumped out the window, while Little shot him in the arm. Bob stands to the side and watches them in fear until he shoots. This is a turning point in a movie where Bob killed Jesse's cousin. From now on, Bob will look at Jesse in a different way. He is resentful towards Jesse, and there are no more smiles or nice stories about Jesse's ventures. Bob remains silent all the time during Jesse's visit, a little afraid of what he would do if he found out what had happened. Eventually said that Little went to Kansas City to be with his wife while he was hiding upstairs. Also, Charlie is lying about his leg, how he climbed on the roof because he saw a cat. Charlie is trying to cheer up everyone from the awkward silence and Jesse's frightening look, but Jesse wants Bob to tell the stories. Bob began to list the similarities they have together that he had written since he was a child. Jesse is telling jokes and making fun of Bob, so he decided to leave. Jesse needs someone to go on riding with him, and Charles goes to his house. Jesse asks him about Wood, if he knows where he is, but Charles pretends to know nothing. At this moment, Jesse admits that he killed Charlie's cousin, Ed. Jesse suspected him, around his cousin Wood. Maybe something had happened. On the other side, Bob told authorities that where Little is, so they came to arrest him, as proof of his confederacy with the James gang. After Little surrendered, Bob even made a deal that he would catch Jesse. His view of the hero he had appreciated for so many years changed at one point. Jesse's view of the world has also changed. He considered suicide and asked Charlie if he would do it. In the meantime, Bob is working at the grocery store, awaiting instructions from Sheriff. After that, Jesse arrives to pick up Bob and his team. The brothers don't seem to have time to talk. Jesse watches them all the time. At one point they snuck out to talk. They gave Bob 10 days to arrest Jesse. Jesse warned them not to separate, after which they went to his house. There he made a joke, showing how he will rob a bank, leaving Charlie and Bob terrified. To apologize for his recent behavior, Jesse gave a present to Bob. Bob imagined what it was like to be Jesse, with 2 chest holes and without a middle finger. Jesse comes, bringing newspapers, where Bob saw the news about Little on the front page. Jesse must not find out that he was arrested in their house, and that they hid him, and that they lied to him. Bob hid the newspaper, but eventually, Jesse brings the newspapers to the table, where he finds out everything that happened. They are terrified. Bob walks out, all trembling, and Charlie follows him. Suddenly, Jesse walks out, looks at his child at the window, takes his guns off, and went to clean up the picture. Jesse gave opportunity to Bob, and he takes it with 1 shot. A shot was heard, and Jesse fell. Wife found him screaming as they left right away. Pictures were taken with Jesse. It was the greatest event of all present. He starred in the play The Act of Killing Jesse, who Charlie played. People started disrespecting him, calling him a coward. Charlie wanted forgiveness, didn't seem right what they did. Eventually, he committed suicide, just like he and Jesse were talked about. They even made a diss track for Bob. One day, a man came in and killed him. Bob never gets respected as he wanted. It remains that Rob was a coward and Jesse a hero. Jesse was too tired of running in the end. Everyone is working to stab him in the back, wanted to figure out their next move, visiting every member of his gang separately. He was lonely and depressed, didn't trust anyone. No one felt safe or free, not even Jesse James from one side, not even his gang from the other. You can feel the tension between Jesse and every character on the other side. Anticipation of what's gonna happen in every situation. Even Jesse at one point said, "You are gonna break a lot of hearts." Just like Bob did.